Okay, let's unpack this for you. Imagine you're scrolling, YouTube, maybe TikTok, whatever, and suddenly, bam, you see something that looks so real, like a big celebrity caught in some super intense, totally unscripted moment. Then maybe see another video, and this one's just weird. Like a soap opera, but it stars a cat. Or some crazy alien baby drama, but it's got millions of views.
Yeah, baffling sometimes.
Well, whether you've seen them and loved them or hated them, or maybe you didn't even clock what they were, these are part of this huge new wave crashing over YouTube right now.
Definitely.
People are calling it AI slop and cheap fake videos, and honestly, it's kicking up some of the biggest arguments we've seen online in ages.
It really is.
So today our mission is simple. Dive deep. What is this trend? Why is it blowing up? And why are so many people saying it's actually genuinely dangerous?
And it's happening fast. It feels like it's changing the whole game of online entertainment, online information, almost overnight. We've been digging through, the latest reports, looking at the trends, the viral stuff, the channel growth data.
All the inside baseball from the online video world.
Exactly. And the plan is to pull out the really key bits for you, the essential takeaways. So you get not just what's happening, but why it actually matters to anyone who spends time online.
You might be surprised.
I think you will be. Some of this is pretty fundamental stuff changing under our feet.
Okay, so let's start with that first term, the one that sounds kind of sinister. Cheapfakes. This one seems to be right at the center of the whole what's real online anymore conversation.
It really is. A cheapfake, basically it's an AI-generated video.
Yes.
But the key thing is, it takes real people, celebrities, public figures, and puts them into situations that are completely made up. Fabricated.
Okay, so it's like a deep fake?
Yeah. Sort of, but
yeah,
maybe not as sophisticated. That's the cheap part. Deep fakes often aim for this seamless, totally undetectable alteration. Cheap fakes. They often use AI tools that are easier to get, maybe less polished. The goal isn't necessarily perfect realism. It's more about being, plausible enough to fool people quickly and spread like mad.
Right. And the impact. Wow. The sources we looked at brought up that Mark Wahlberg example. I bet a lot of you saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
That video looked like Mark Wahlberg getting into it, like a really heated argument on The View. It was everywhere. Social media, news sites, people were talking about it constantly.
That Wahlberg video is the perfect example.
Oh, right.
It shows exactly why cheap fakes work and why they're such a problem. Millions, literally millions, watched it. They shared it, they reacted to it, all thinking, wow, look at this real moment. But here's the kicker, the real aha moment.
Never.
Not a bit of it. The whole thing was cooked up by AI, probably using pretty basic tools, stitching things together. It just shows how easily our brains buy into drama, especially with famous people, even if it's totally fake.
And what's kind of scary about that, thinking how fast it spread, is that it didn't need some Hollywood VFX team, right?
Not at all.
The sources say these things don't need high-end tech, just low-effort AI tools. But what does low-effort actually mean here? Are we talking apps anyone can download, like a filter, but for making fake news?
That's a great question. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Low effort means these apps or websites, they do the heavy lifting for you. You don't need to understand the complex AI behind it. Think like drag and drop or typing in a text prompt and it spits out a voice or a face doing something. There are templates.
Wow.
So yeah, almost like using a TikTok filter, but way more powerful. It lowers the barriers so much. Someone with just basic computer skills, maybe a bit of creativity, can now make something that looks pretty convincing, at least at first glance.
So anyone can basically create misleading stuff now.
Pretty much anyone with a laptop and internet. It's democratizing misinformation in a way.
So, okay. What does this mean for us just trying to figure out what's real online? It feels like walking through a minefield where reality and fiction are just dissolving.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Dissolving. The practical result is misinformation spreading faster and wider than ever. These cheapfakes create this feeling of reality, but it's totally disconnected from actual facts. And our brains, we're wired to believe what we see and hear, especially if it looks real.
Right.
Or if it confirms something we already kind of thought, or if it just hits an emotional button.
Right.
So this stuff spreads like crazy, shaping what people think, driving arguments, all based on things that literally never occurred. It's a huge challenge for all of us just figuring out what's true.
Okay. So cheapfakes are about making fake stuff look believable.
Yep.
Let's shift gears to the other side of this coin, the maybe even weirder side, this AI slop. If Mark Wahlberg was wild, brace yourself.
Yeah, AI slop is, it's a fitting name. It describes this just endless river of content pouring out, often super bizarre, nonsensical, clearly machine-made. Unlike cheapfakes trying to trick you into thinking they're real, AI slop often wears its artificiality on its sleeve. It's absurd, the stories make no sense. It's content made for algorithms, not really for people. Mass-produced digital noise.
And the examples the sources gave, honestly, they are vivid and kind of unhinged. Like you said, not subtle AI stuff. We're talking soap operas starring cat.
Yep, actual cat dramas.
With plots and weirdly expressive AI cat faces. Or fake alien baby dramas, just bizarre visuals. And get this, entire channels dedicated to, like, fictional kids trapped in outer space. Just endless, repetitive, nonsensical stories. It sounds like a fever dream someone fed into a machine.
And here's the stat that really makes you sit up. This is from recent reports we looked at. It's genuinely shocking. In July 2025, 9 of the top 100 fastest growing channels on YouTube relied only on AI-generated clips.
Wait, 9 out of 100, 9%.
Almost 10% of the fastest growers. Driven entirely by AI content.
Wow. Okay, so this isn't just some weird niche thing buried deep online.
Not at all.
That means these algorithm bait videos are actually dominating growth right now. So here's the really interesting bit. Why? Why would stuff that's so strained, often total nonsense, get so huge?
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's not just that AI can make stuff, it's about what the platforms reward. These AI videos, even the weird ones, are often really good at grabbing attention for a few seconds. They can be churned out super fast, super cheap. So creators, or maybe we should call them operators, can just flood the zone, test loads of different hooks, see what the algorithm latches onto. Plus, they're often visually stimulating, maybe unpredictable. They hit that novelty thing that keeps you watching just long enough. Click, view, engagement registered.
So the algorithm itself, the system that's supposed to find good stuff, is actually boosting this like low-quality, high-volume AI sludge and making it harder for actual human creators.
That's exactly the fear. It creates this loop. AI makes tons of stuff. The algorithm rewards it because it hits certain metrics, watch time, clicks, whatever, that encourages more AI stuff. Meanwhile, human creators putting in real time, effort, maybe trying to make something unique or meaningful. They're competing against this endless fire hose of automated content. It feels like it devalues their work, makes it harder to get noticed.
Which brings us right back to that big question we started with. Why is this all causing such a fuss? Why are people so worked up about fake Mark Wahlberg and cat soap operas? Sounds like there are some pretty deep issues here.
There definitely are. Our sources really point to 3 main reasons why it's so controversial. First, and this is the big one, it's misleading. Like we talked about with cheapfakes, these videos just wreck the line between fact and fiction. Millions of people watching, and maybe especially younger viewers, they don't even realize they're being fooled. That opens up huge questions about media literacy. You know? How do we teach people to spot this stuff when it's getting better and more pervasive all the time? It's not just spotting a bad fake, it's understanding the manipulation, even in silly looking stuff.
That's a massive point. If you can't trust your eyes and ears online, the whole idea of shared facts, public discussion, it just crumbles, doesn't it? How do we agree on anything if the landscape is full of convincing fakes?
Precisely. The second reason it's controversial is the low effort aspect. AI slop, especially. It just feels like spam. Quantity way over quality, just flooding the platform. And for creators who are busting their butts, trying to make something good, something authentic, seeing this low-effort stuff get rewarded, it feels unfair. Like it devalues actual creativity.
Like digital fast food drowning out the proper meals.
Exactly. It's like a content farm churning out empty calories, making it harder for the nutritious stuff to even get seen.
So it's not just what we are watching, but what we aren't watching because the stuff is crowding it out. Are we heading towards YouTube just being dominated by this?
That's the worry. If the algorithms keep favoring volume and cheap engagement tricks, yeah, you could see a race to the bottom. The money flows away from thoughtful human work towards automated, algorithm-pleasing noise. And that leads to the third reason for the controversy, maybe the most powerful driver. It works.
Despite being low effort, despite being misleading, these videos get the views, they make money, they pull in subscribers, often faster than human creators can keep up.
Exactly. The algorithms are rewarding them for whatever complex reasons related to engagement metrics. And because it works, because it's effective, there's a massive incentive to make more of it. Quality doesn't matter. Ethics don't matter if the numbers go up. This effectiveness, driven by the platform economics, is what makes it so disruptive. Platforms might say they reward quality and trust, but their systems often seem to reward volume, novelty, virality. And AI slop and cheapfakes deliver that stuff easily. It shows a real tension between stated values and actual algorithmic outcomes.
And that effectiveness, that's where the debate really ignites, isn't it? You've got some people saying, look, this is just the future, it's tech evolution.
Adapt or die.
Right. It makes content creation easier for everyone, opens new doors, that kind of argument. But then you have others saying, no, this is actively harmful. It's wrecking YouTube's credibility.
Yeah, it's eroding trust, spreading lies, lowering the quality bar for everyone. It really is a battle between, I guess, innovation and integrity.
Yeah.
It's playing out right now, massively.
It is, that tension. Tech capability versus ethics, efficiency versus authenticity. It seems like we're seeing that everywhere these days. Makes you wonder what kind of internet we're building.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, you should have a much clearer handle on AI slop and cheapfake videos, what they are, why they're such a hot topic, and just how present and effective they've become. It's a landscape shifting under our feet faster than we can really track sometimes.
And if you zoom out, connect it to the bigger picture, what we're seeing is this fundamental tug of war, right? On one side, you've got the incredible innovation, the new creative possibilities AI tools unlock, things we couldn't even imagine a few years ago.
Sure.
But on the other side, you have these huge risks. Misinformation spreading like wildfire, content quality potentially nosediving, a feeling that the online world is becoming less authentic, maybe even more hostile. It's a balance we're all trying to find. As users, as creators, often without a clear map.
Definitely navigating without a map. And this explosion in tools brings us to a final thought, something for you to really chew on. Given how easy these tools are getting seriously, almost anyone can make this stuff now, and given how good this content is at grabbing our attention, what new responsibilities do you think platforms need to take on? And maybe more importantly, what responsibilities do we need to take on as individuals scrolling through our feeds every day to handle this changing digital world?
That's such a crucial question. Because being able to critically look at information, to pause and think, where did this come from? What's the angle here?
Yeah.
That's not just a nice to have skill anymore.
Nope.
It's becoming absolutely essential. For everyone, whether you're just looking for laughs or trying to stay informed, we are all part of this new frontier, and how we react, what we demand, our own discernment, that's going to shape what it becomes.